Hi everyone, it's WildBap28. I have not been on forever and I kind of just haven't been. But I just been running through my mind lately how people always ask me what kind of medicine I'm on for whatever cystic fibrosis issue I'm on. I'm a double delta F508. So every gene has its different problems. I don't know if this is common for most double deltas, but my CF is mostly my mostly my stomach. So I get backed up a lot. Sometimes I'll just go to the hospital just because I'm backed up. Sometimes I'll go to the ER just because I'm backed up. Sometimes, yeah, I get hospitalized for my lungs too and everything else like that. But that's a totally other thing. So I just wanted to go over some of the medicine that the doctors typically prescribe me whenever I have a GI obstruction. When you usually have a full-out GI obstruction, though, that's when they have to give you an NG tube, which is a tube that goes from your nose down your throat, down between all your good stuff into your stomach. And they can either give you medicine that way or they can actually suck out poop that way. Yeah, awesome. I've never gotten the poop sucked out, but I've always gotten stuff put in. But they don't do that very often because it's just a pain to deal with, in all honesty. But so I wanted to deal with some of the medicines I deal with. So I'm going to start from kind of basics and work my way up to full scale. And just some things to keep in mind when you're taking these medicines and what's common, what's not common, and what they taste like, the best part. So first we have this one. This is generic, of course. All my stuff might be generic, it might not be, but that's not the key of this. Polyglithine is also known as Miralax. Over the counter, you can get it wherever, you can get it whenever. You don't have to have a prescription to get this. I do because I have to take so much of it though. Anyways, so this, you just take your capful or your packet, it comes in packets also. You just take your dose, which is 1 capful, and you just mix it with liquid. You can legit mix this with anything. That's the good part about this. So you can mix it. I don't recommend mixing it with carbon liquids though, just because it kind of gets a little funny though. But legit, you can put this in your coffee, you can put this in your hot chocolate, you have tea, like cold tea you want to drink, you have juice, you have water, you want to add some flavoring into it too, like go ahead, do your thing. Like I said, I just don't recommend carbon things. Don't put it in milk because that's just weird and gross. But this, how Miralax works is that it absorbs the water in your GI tract to help it make the stool easier to go out. Because sometimes your body does not know how to push that poop out. So that water content, it'll absorb it and it makes it easier. It's almost like, think about it as the poop is on a slip and slide, and the Miralax will just help it go a little easier. Miralax will not make you go to the bathroom urgently. I don't know why a lot of people are afraid of this happening. It will not. It takes a little bit, and it's very subtle when it does happen, unless you're taking it like every 15 minutes, which you should only do if you're prescribed by a doctor, certainly. Otherwise, don't. Like, if you take it once, twice a day, you're not going to have to be like, oh my gosh, you guys, I can't go out. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom urgently. It's not like that. And when you do go to the bathroom, it's not going to be like the floodgates are opening. So the second thing that doctors tend to give a lot, and you can also get this over the counter, it's called enema. It is a liquid that you do not drink. This goes up your bunghole. This just helps it make it easier if you have anything stuck in not your upper GI, it's your very bottom lower GI tract. So if you're having a lot of discomfort, if you just feel like you have to go, but it's just not kind of coming out, and you feel like that bottom lower cramping, enema is a great option to go for. Another one, I don't currently have the bottle, but it comes in a glass bottle. It's called magnesium citrate. And you can get that at pretty much any basic drugstore as well. It's not that expensive either. Again, don't go crazy with that. That one will get you going a little bit faster though than the Miralax. So sometimes if you just need a little bit of if you have gas in your stomach and it really isn't coming out, even if you've tried other forms, sometimes that will just make it a little easier. Usually for people with CF though, that's not going to do the trick. So, but yeah, sometimes that'll help a little bit. If I'm having a little issue, it helps, and if I'm major, it's not going to do the trick. So next one is called a depository. There's different kinds of depositories, but most of them will come in something that looks like this, and you open it, and this is one that you do actually have to get from a doctor, or at least I recommend getting it from a doctor, just because there's different dosing and everything like that, and you don't want to mess yourself up. So this wonderful little, it's like soft and hard at the same time. It's like almost like hard wax before you make a candle yourself. It goes up your butt, and you do it before you go to bed, and you just kind of let it do its thing. You might feel the need to go to the bathroom shortly after you put it in, like 30-45 minutes later. But after that, it's up there and it's good to go. And it'll just help make things a little bit easier to go again. I'm sorry if you guys hear that. That's my neighbors. They're like, I don't know, they sound like they're having a tickling fight. But this is also a really good another option from when you're like starting to get to like a level 5 to 7, where you're like, okay, things are not going, I'm starting to get worried. Your doctor might recommend you this. In the morning, you should go to the bathroom. If you don't, contact your pharmacist. Sometimes they'll say, oh, it's okay to do it again the next day. Sometimes they're like, just stop, just go to the ER. So just, again, talk to your doctor. I am not a medical expert. I just take all these drugs. So, and again, I always call my doctor too. So the next one is lactulose. This is generic name, of course, but it's lactulose. Honestly, this stuff is really interesting. So I don't know exactly the science behind this, but this one is something that will make you go. I thought I had a, oh yeah, there we go. I don't have shot glasses, so I have a measuring cup. So on this one, I'm supposed to take 15 milliliters, sorry. So it's about this much. There's 2 different flavors. This is the basic flavor. It legit just looks like syrup, like light syrup. And honestly, that's what this tastes like. I'm still on this right now, so I'm going to take it right now. So, it is so sweet. Oh my gosh. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Oh, is that it's so sweet. So, that's the, I'm like, woo, it's so sweet. Let me get some more of that. No, but, it just legit tastes like syrup. There's also another one I've heard. I've never tried it. It's a lemon flavor. Some people say that's what a concentrated version of Mountain Dew would taste like. And I hate Mountain Dew, so I'm glad I never tried it. But, yeah, it's pretty strong. That one is recommended by a doctor completely. And you do not want to take this one all the time. Usually, the most I've taken this one in one day is 3 times a day. And that was when I was in the hospital under doctor supervision all the time. This one will make your stomach start to gurgle, getting the food babies going. That's what I like to call it. I'm like, oh, the food baby's kicking. It just means my stomach's gurgling. So that I know the medicine's actually working. So, yeah, that one's really sweet. It's nothing like the Miralax, where Miralax doesn't have a flavor. It just absorbs into whatever it is. And then this is the big guns. So this is the next step. If you have not gone to the bathroom or regulated or anything like that, this would be the next step. This lovely, lovely, lovely thing is called Go Lightly. It does not make you go lightly. It makes you go heftily. Okay, but this is a powder, and this is all water. I've been drinking this actually. Yeah, lucky me. And that tastes disgusting. I'm not going to even lie to you guys. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's not that bad. No, it's absolutely horrid. So they actually came out with flavor packets a few years ago, which I was very happy about. And that will make your stomach go. So if you have any plans and your doctor prescribes you Go Lightly, it's not happening. It is not happening. Cancel all your plans probably for the next 2 days. You are staying home. I also recommend not to gorge on anything too much. Of course, you still want to be putting, as long as your doctor says that you can eat, still be putting food in your body. But I would say things that are easier to process. I tend not to eat complex carbs when I'm on it. I tend not to eat anything high in fat, like saturated fat. It's going to make you go. I'm not gonna even lie. So when you start taking the Go Lightly, it's gonna make you go from constipated, probably normal looking poops, to what doctors like to say is you're gonna go clear. You're gonna poop clear. Your poop will not look like ghost shrimp. It'll still have like a little bit of color to it usually, for most people at least. Sometimes some people really do go clear. It's really, really weird though. But you'll go from solid poop to soupy, like big soups. And I'm sorry I'm getting so detailed with this, but I just want you guys to know. And then you'll go to where it won't have any content in it, but you'll still be going. And you'll feel the urgency, and then it'll start getting clearer, and that means that it's getting all the rest of that's in your GI tract. So that's one really is like legit, think of it as liquid plumber. It is going to push all of that stuff, everything from your small GI tract, which goes like about this big, so it's very easy for things to get stuck in there if you're backed up, if you're really backed up. Think about trying to get something out that big. It's hard for for it to move out, but it'll go through all of it. Sometimes some doctors will make you drink 2 of those, in fact. Usually beyond 2, though, they need you to just come in and see them again if it's not working. If that's the case, you might have another issue going on. Usually they do make you do x-rays in that case, which they're afraid that you might have a complete GI obstruction, which means that there's no way that that's going to come out. And then, so yeah, so if you guys have any questions about Miralax and Go Lightlies, feel free to comment below, ask all the questions you like. Like I said again, I am not a doctor. If you have any concerns or questions, please see your doctor, or physician, your PC? I don't know, your primary, or pharmacist. But yeah, I hope this gave you guys a little bit more enlightenment and not so much fear about taking GI helpers. Yeah. Again, this is WildBat28. Thanks. Definitely sleeping on the couch. Just having a rough day. So yeah, thanks again, you guys. Bye.